Hello, all. It's April 25th, Sunday evening. I'm just here doing an album review, album ranking, not a review, because I don't know that much. I just give my MIOs, in my opinions, of how I rank these albums. It's just all personal. Doesn't mean anybody's can be just valid too, But these are just how I prefer to listen, as the impact of whatever these groups or their issuance of their albums and how they stand collectively, how I like, what I feel are the best ones, in my opinion, of course. Anyway, this band, I believe started out as the Detours or something like that. Like in England around 64, four young lads. I think they were all like art school lads or ruffians, and it seemed to be like the consensus back then. Lots of music coming out of these art schools in England. They're pretty new. I guess they wanted to avoid that Vietnam War and all that shite. I don't blame them. But anyway, this band eventually became the Who. Who? Not the Who band, the Throat Singers, which is popular now, but the Who. Pete Townsend, Roger Daltrey, John Entwistle, and Keith Moon. And of later years, Zach Starkey and Kenny Jones. But we'll get into that. So, how many albums do they have? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 albums in 57 years.
Dynamic range. From a whisper to a
not exactly a huge output, because they've had a lot of breaks in between and little tragedies going on. But let's get into it. Let's dive deep into the albums. Okay, so number 12 for me would be this album, titled The Who. This came out like 2 years ago. Only remaining original members are Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend. I think this is a solid album. It's a good listen. It's something I'd go back to repeatedly. Probably not. But it's something I might throw on here and there. Just, hey, let me listen to that again. Once again, not a bad album. Being 56 years into your career, all this music must fade. That's rather prophetic. That's a good song. Ball and Chains are really good. Break the News, Rockin' and Rage. Solid album. It was a bit of a surprise when I saw it, too, Wow, new Who album. Look at that, huh? Who? There's the Who, the duo. But anyway, there you go. It's number 12. Let's move on to number 11. Number 11 is this little gem from 1981 called Face Dances. This is the first album that came out after Keith Moon had tragically died in 78, I believe. This came out like 3 years later. Townsend put out a couple of solo albums, or one solo album. Not a bad album. It got really slagged off at the time, but, it's got some pretty solid stuff on here. Another Tricky Day. What else is on here? You Better You Bet. The Quiet One. How Can I Do It Alone? But Another Tricky Day. That's a really good Who song. That's in the tradition of most Who songs. Okay, so that's number 11. Number 10. It's Hard. It's Hard. I like this album a lot. Athena. And of course it's got Eminence Front. Dangerous is really good. Cooks and County. It's Your Turn. It's Hard. It's a good album. Solid album. Solid albums. Came out in 83, I believe. 82. 82, I actually saw them in concert. It was the first and last time that I saw them. I saw them at Shea Stadium with opening act The Clash. Fantastic show. fantastic show. Both of them would tend cease to exist after that for a very long time. The Clash forever, and The Who, well, they're still kind of lingering around. But, okay, so what do we got next? We got this, The Endless Wire. Now, this is quite a monumental album. Somewhat of a concept mini opera. Disc 1 goes through your standard fare of songs. I think there's also a DVD on here. Probably doesn't play here. Let me see. This is that's live. It's just a live DVD. Live at live. Sometimes you get these discs and, you know, for some reason you can't play international DVDs. I don't know what that's about. I think it's because of the current they use. Maybe they use DCA. I don't know. Who knows? What do I know? Anyway, the Wire and Glass mini opera is really interesting. It's pretty good. But yeah, it's an interesting endeavor. When did this come out? This came out in 2006. This is like 15 years old. But this was an unexpected. I didn't even listen to this till recently, but I did enjoy it. Is it something I will go back to? I don't know. I'll probably give it a second listen pretty soon. But, it's hard. Yeah, there's songs on there that I love to this day. What do we have up next? We have The Who Sell Out. Came out in 1967, I believe. Was it 67? Something like that. What's on here? This was an interesting album for them. It kind of broke them into like the psychedelia thing. What I Can See for Miles and Miles. They put 2 albums out this year, 67. The one was a quick one. But this is interesting album, good album, you know. I believe for the most part it's all originals. It might be a cover version on here. But it's definitely the album cover is wild, you know. It's all like selling out with product placements, and there's all weird ads in here and stuff. So they understood the idea of propaganda and actually selling out. So this is right around the time that they were playing Monterey Pop Festival. Okay, so now we move on to number 7, which would be a quick one. I think this was listed under a different title in England. This is the US version. It's got Boris the Spider. It's got Happy Jack. It's also got a quick one, While He's Away. It's like one of their first forays into like a little mini opera type of thing. It's a cool album. I like this a lot, you know. This is all Boris the Spider, of course, by Entwistle. It's like almost like a crazy novelty song, but it's really good. Run, 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 that's really good. See My Way, of course, Happy Jack, you know. Then they have, you know, a couple, I think around this time they also released Magic Bus, which isn't on any album. I think it's on Odds and Sods. The Royal College of Organists website. Okay, now we move to number 5. We move to number 5, and this came out in 1975. The Who by Numbers. You know, and when I had this on the album, it was cool because it was actually like, I don't know, you took a pencil and you drew them in. It was all, I don't know if you can see it. There's all little numbers, you would pencil them in and create, it's like a little fun task to do. But this is a good album, man. There's some good stuff on here. You know, Slip Kid, Squeeze Box, Success Story, How Many Friends, In a Hand or Face, Solid album. And this is after coming off another one of their opus albums. Okay, so now we move to number 4. No, this was number 6. This was number 5. Number 5, the debut album by The Who, My Generation. This is when they were full on mod, with the Union flag jackets. I just dig it, you know. That's just a cool look with the white denim jackets and stuff. I actually had a white denim jacket like that when I was a kid. I think I may still have it in the closet now. I don't know. Yeah, but they did the Union Jack jackets, and the targets, and the things off they used to have on the RAF planes from World War II. It was cool. So out there in the street, My Generation, The Kids Are All Right, I'm a Man. It's a mix of originals and cover R&B songs, but good stuff, man. Good stuff. And there's Mooney in the all white denim. That's a cool look. I dig that. Number 4. Number 4 was their 1978 album. Who Are You? Who Are You? This is after on a 3-year break from Who by Numbers. This is a really good album. Sister Disco. Love Is Coming Down, Trick of the Night, New Song, and of course, Who Are You? This was a big album for them in 78, and then unfortunately, in September of 78, Keith Moon passed away from some sort of combination of detox drugs he was taking, and I think it was just the detox drugs. I don't think he was actually drunk, because he was Moon the Loon. But, yeah, he took too many of these detox drugs that suppressed his respiratory system, and he passed away. Ironically, I think it was his flat. I think Mama Cass passed away there earlier. Boy, that's got to be a spooky spot. Mama Cass and Keith Moon passing away in the same apartment. I don't think it was theirs. I think it was owned by another famous rock star too, believe it or not. I forget who it is. You can look it up and tell me below. Okay, so number 3, we got the thing that kicked it all off for The Who. Pinball Wizard. This and Woodstock that shot him out there. First kind of rock opera, not really, because the Kinks and concept album, yeah, well, you know, the rock opera, whatever. It's been made a movie, it's been made a play, I think it's been remade, it's whatever, it's classic stuff. Overture, We're Not Gonna Take It, I just love that song. Listen to you, I climb the mountains thinking of you. Smash the Mirror, Tommy, Can You Hear Me? The Acid Queen. Of course, Pinball Wizard, I'm Free. I'm free. Well, we're not really free anymore, but might be an anthem to use now. Anyway, that's my number 3 album by them, The Who, Tommy. Double disc. Was a double album. Shot The Who into superstar status. Now, this one I really deliberated about these two. It's very hard. Very hard. So I went as the number 2 album, Who's Next? Which this album is supposed to be a concept album. Also is supposed to be called The Lighthouse. And a lot of the tracks from this were leftovers from the opera. I don't know if it was an opera, but it was a concept album called The Lighthouse. And of course, what's on here? Bob O'Reilly, Love Ain't For Keeping, The Song Is Over, Going Mobile, Bargain, My Wife, Getting in Tune, and Behind Blue Eyes. And of course, Won't Get Fooled Again. And then they have some other outtakes on here, like Pure and Easy. Fantastic songs. The ones they didn't even use. Too Much of Anything. I Don't Even Know Myself. These were songs that didn't make the album. I think they were leftovers from The Lighthouse too. Fantastic. I think they later showed up on Odds and Sods, which I don't have. I did at one point, but it was many decades ago. Just disappeared, as things tend to do sometimes. But anyway, The Who's Next, 1971. Man, was that 71? I think that's another year I got to do for rock and roll. 71, because this is a significant amount of input for 71. But this one, iconic album cover, greatest hits album, literally. If you watch CSI or one of the other cop shows, they use half the album in the soundtracks. Then for me, the number one album by them is Quadrophenia. Quadrophenia. This is it's almost like it's an opera. It's a rock opera, and a lot of it's inspired by the Who growing up on the beaches of Brighton and getting into the little, they were part of that mod circle, and they're getting into the little dust-ups with the bobbies and the police and the rockers and whoever else. Whoever else. Pretty much having a good time, doing speed, drinking beer, messing around on the beach and getting into dust-ups. Driving around scooters with big green parkers. I don't know. I think I'd be down for that. I'd like to do it now. What are you gonna do? But anyway, on here, I Am the Sea, The Real Me, Quadrophenia, and Cut My Hair. Those first 4 songs, right? Well, maybe I'm wrong. It's in the book here. Okay, yes. Okay, cut off from low data space. Anyway, as I was saying, this album is very true to Pete's heart. Each one of the songs on here represents one of the band members. But through and through, this is just a great listen to from start to finish. I Am the Sea, the 4 themes.
Pretty much off on his own.
What else we got? It says, okay, Helpless Dancer is Roger's theme. Bellboy is Keith's theme. Dr. Jimmy is John's theme. And Love Rain On Me is Pete's theme. Now, I just love listening to this from start to finish. It's like a complete work. I Am the Sea, The Real Me. Just great. Can you see the real me? Doctor. I know my singing's horrible. So what? Who cares? Nobody watches my videos anyway. Yeah, but I love Rain Over Me. 5:15. I'm One. Fantastic album. Number 1 album for me. Quadrophenia, The Who. There you go. Number 2, Who's Next? Number 3, Tommy. Number 4, Who Are You? I don't know. Who are you? My generation, not my generation. It's kind of ain't your generation, that's for sure. Number 6, Who by Numbers. Number 7, a quick one by The Who. Number 8, The Who Sell Out. And then we got Endless Wire. Number 9. Number 10, It's Hard, that's what she said. And Face Dance is number 11. And the self-titled Who album, the last one, and may very well be the last one. But there you go, there's my Who ranking. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, oh well, can't please everyone. But have a good day, and remember, you can make the difference, but you need to make the first move. Keep your eyes open. There's a lot going on.